Hello, everyone, and welcome back to What's Your Mess? Mental, Emotional, Social Status of Life. I am your host, Tracey Armstrong, and we're here again with another amazing guest. Now, as you listen today, remember this podcast is not just about sharing stories, but it's about the triumph and the resilience and the strength that these guests have had to overcome the obstacles in their lives. So I'm going to shut up and get out of the way and let her introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Tracy, for having me today. I am so excited. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in today to this amazing podcast. Well, my name is Juliette Agocha. I am a mother. I am your sister. I am your lady. Um, I am an academic mentor. I am an author and I am also a keynote speaker. A little background academically about me. I have my master's in cybersecurity engineering. I know it's a lot of books, but yeah, it's okay. I have my cybersecurity master's engineering, PhD leadership, and so many certifications. So it's been a very busy mom, a very busy person, and I am here today to talk to you about something important.
That is amazing. Wow. Wait a minute, let me make sure I heard you right. You said you have your master's in cyber security engineering?
Correct. Yes.
We're gonna have some
I
fun
know.
today.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that, okay, that's where you are now. You're speaking, you're an author, you have all of these accolades, right? But you haven't always been at that particular level in your life. Can you tell everybody what is the mess or those things that you have gone through in life before you've gotten to this particular level?
Absolutely. Life is about stages. So I always tell people that you have to heal before you start healing others. So I was that lady, that was that mother who was just a mess mentally. One of the things that actually um, resulted that was I lost my father in the midst of a lot of things. I was pregnant. Actually, I had difficulty conceiving. And when I feel like the Lord has actually answered our prayers, me and my husband, we were praying and hoping. And that I was pregnant with my daughter, and then my father passed on. So you could just imagine, like my father was my best friend. He was just always there for me. He's that type of person that I could go to for anything, and just pour my heart to. And it was just a mess for me. Mentally, I was just disorganized. And then compared to pregnancy hormone, and I did not even know I was pregnant. So I was just the emotion was everywhere. The death was there. So dealing with loss, dealing with new pregnancy, it was just not good for me. I had to disconnect because I know that that particular time I'm not the solution. I'm a problem.
Mm, wow. And recognizing that is important.
Absolutely.
And so, with that, I like how you said that you have to heal yourself before you can heal others. And then you recognize that you wasn't the solution at that time, you were the problem. So let's talk about this. So you were pregnant, you didn't know you were pregnant when your father passed.
Absolutely. I was not aware. I was actually almost like 5 months gone into my pregnancy because what happened was I had some mental, not mental, actually medical issues. I was not able to conceive. So I went from doctors to doctors to doctors. I mean, and at the time, my husband was actually kind of relaxed. Okay. Men are always not into too much, shaking, but it was always the women because we know how important it is, especially when you are in the society and when you are also like a face out there, a public figure, they call it. But then, there was so many expectation, but I didn't know what was going on. They gave it a name. They said it's this, they said it's that. But then from nowhere, I started noticing all these differences, all these hormones, and then my father passed. Like, hello, doctor said I couldn't conceive, so I'm not pregnant. So what is going on? And then I
Oh,
was dealing with my dad's loss. So I was just not in the place to advise anybody. If you're looking for advice, I'm not your person at that time. If you're looking for academic mentorship, no way, go to somebody else. Because I found out that sometimes we are pouring from a cup that is empty.
mm-hmm.
So we need to sit back. We are giving advice from a place that we have not healed. We are healing
Mm,
from a place that we are suffering. So we actually have to sit back, fill our own cup and then pour into other people.
that's right. That is so right. And so, with all of that, I know you kind of touched on it mentally. Uh, I want to go because there's two parts to here. There's
Mhm,
the loss of your father, and
mhm,
then there's the pregnancy, because that makes sense now. You didn't think that you could conceive, so you're already deep into your pregnancy, not even realizing it.
mhm.
So, whichever direction you would like to go mentally, how did let's start with the loss of your father. Like you said, he was there for you. And so, with that, how did that affect you mentally?
Oh, definitely. It affected me in a way that I wasn't able to reason well, right? So it affected me mentally in a way that I couldn't concentrate. And let me also mention, it wasn't just about my dad's death. I was dealing with my dad's death. And then my best friend that I was supposed to be laying my head on her shoulder, she passed on through cancer.
Oh,
You
so it's a
see?
combination.
Exactly. So I'm here dealing with my dad's loss, and I'm here, the only person that I know that can hold me together is actually lost through cancer. And it was just such a place, a very dark place in my life at that time. I couldn't figure it out. I'm not the type of person like that have 1 million friends. I'm the kind of person that have one or two, and those one or two means a lot to me. So when I lost my dad, and then here my best friend just going because she found out that she had cancer at stage 3. So that
Wow.
was nothing. Yes. So
Mm.
it was just it was just in a dark place for me. And then here I am dealing with loss. Here I am losing a friend and eventually lost her through cancer. And then here I am later now finding out I am pregnant. Yes, I was happy because, we have always prayed for it, but I was not mentally balanced, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Not mentally balanced. That's a great way of putting it. And so emotionally, wow. Because I'm thinking about what you just said. You're happy about the pregnancy
Mhm.
because it's something that you all have been going after. However, at the same time, you're going through all these other trials. Emotionally, talk about that. How did all of this together emotionally impact your life?
Yes, the thing about emotional pain is so many people don't know that it's even worse than physical pain. Because physical pain, you can actually know where the pain is coming from. But emotional pain is something, one, you have to cover it with dress, with a cloth. So emotional pain, you can be suffering, but your face, you are smiling. That is one of the danger of emotional pain. But if you have a physical pain, you could actually use something, kind of first aid and just rub it and, then you are mindful of where the pain is. But emotional pain, is there. One is who is even there with the society we are. We are in a place where when you share your problem with someone, they want to run to social media before you to post it, right? So now I have to deal with that and being a mentor as well. Remember, I can't just tell anybody, oh my God, I'm dealing with this. No, I have to wear a face that don't scare people. a face that says, oh, don't worry, I figure it out. I know what I'm doing, even when I don't know, right? So,
Right.
yeah, so emotional pain is so dangerous that it could get somebody into depression if you don't know how to deal with it. You can just knock off into depression. And then for me, here I am. I have to know that I am who I have. This is me. This is who I have now, is myself. So all the mentorship I was giving to people, all the thing I was talking to people, all my videos I was using to inspire other people, it has to start talking to me.
Yeah.
I had to actually be my own mentor.
Hmm. Oh
you know.
yeah.
So that was how I deal with it. That was how, and I also run to my family. Family is so important. I know, don't get me wrong. We have some people in the family you don't want to deal with. Disclaimer, right? But then at the end of the day, you have to actually find out like who is that person in the family that could listen to you. It could be your spouse, it could be your sister, it could be your cousin, it could be maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend. It depends. So that one person, that can listen to you can also make a huge difference.
Right. That's so true. So true. And it's so true how you said the difference between the emotional pain and the physical pain, and how with the physical pain, okay, my elbow is hurt. Let me go and rub
Right.
it. But
Exactly.
right, and that emotional pain is like so deep within sometimes. It's like you can't just put a band-aid on it. Because
Right.
like putting a band-aid on it is just a temporary fix. And that if that emotion isn't dealt with, then
Right.
it's going to keep showing up in other ways and in other places in your life. And with that, I want to go there now. Socially, because you have a husband, you lost your friend, you're pregnant, you lost your father. How did you deal socially? How did that affect your social aspect of life?
Yeah. I had to actually take a moment to step back because social media is so toxic sometimes. You think that you are finding help, but you are actually being toxicated.
Mm.
So I had to just step back. I had to just, you know, take a pause. I had to leave social media for a moment because the help I was looking for, I know I'm not going to get it there. So one of the ways is you have to identify where your grace place is. So I call it a grace place because if you are looking for a solution in the wrong place, you are going to end up even more um more reading. I started reading more books. I found, some books that are interesting to me. For me, I like inspirational books. So I found out, some books, I get some books, I start reading. And I saw myself kind of one day at a time. I didn't rush myself, you know, one day at a time. So you just have to find that place that is your safe place or your grace area and focus on it.
That's good. Your grace place. I like that. I really do. Finding your grace place. That's awesome. And how you said you had to step back and you had to pause. You have to take that pause to get yourself back together. And social media is not the place to go when you are going through, sometimes like you see that a lot of times, people will go and put everything out on social media to try to vent and express themselves, but sometimes it just makes it even worse because you never know what people are commenting and saying things that sometimes just bring you even deeper down.
Exactly. And also that place is actually you think people are listening. They're really not listening. Like I will guarantee you that 98% of when you post your personal problems online, when you're trying to, seek sympathy online. 98% read it. Some of them are even happy you are having that problem. Some of
Ooh.
yeah, some of them don't even care. You
Mm-hmm.
are, and they put that stamp, especially like if you are a public figure, or if you are known, you are doing something in the community that people know your face somehow. They just want to, they can even attach that negativity to your image. So
Mm.
definitely, it's not the place for you to vent your personal problem. It's not the place for you to get agitated and pick on somebody because of you are going through something. I think the best way is you find your grace place and you stick to your grace place, and you heal. You
You
got to
heal.
heal before you heal others. Yeah.
That is facts. Facts. And so, with all of this, I know that had to affect your status of life. Like, how did your status of life get affected? And what I mean by that is like with your husband and with the way you live life. If you had to step back and like it sounded like you were mentoring and all those things. So you couldn't do all of that while you were in that particular space, mentally, emotionally, and socially. So how did it affect your status of living?
Yeah. Actually, I have to accept that I'm a human. I have to also let my mentees know, listen, I can be here. I'm an expert in what I do. Academically, I have attained that position. I have attained that degree. However, Juliet is a mother. Juliet is a person. So if you are looking for perfection, you are not going to get it from me. So yeah, with that being said, so it was now easy because when you establish an honest platform, it's easy to navigate something.
Mhm.
So when that now, how that have, come for me now, what do I have to do? I have to actually know, now I'm in my weak place, and it's okay. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to be human. But what is not okay is to stay there.
Mhm.
So now my perspective about life, not that it changed in a negative way, it changed in a positive way, in a way that that could be somebody going through this. And that was actually how I birthed my foundation, Juliette Agocha Foundation. I had my foundation. I started, using the whole tools. And when I say tools, I mean like my personal growth, my self-improvement tips, how I actually navigated that. I have to use it to start helping others. And I kind of found out that after the COVID, trust and believe me, so many people went through a lot of things, a
Mhm.
lot. So that kind of helped me. I didn't look at the world like it, I didn't have like a kind of a different perspective negatively, but I have a different perspective there. Everybody you see have something they're fighting on. So you have to be kind. You have to be kind. So, that was how that helped me. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was about to ask. I was going to say, because a lot of times people are dealing with loss and grief, and, it's hard to handle a lot of times. So, how did you clean it up, you could say? How did you come out of it? And you were just saying some of the things you did. What are some other things that you did to get through?
Yeah. For me, I know we have different people watching the broadcast, Muslims. For me, it was Jesus Christ. It was me running to my Savior. It was me coming as I am, you know. Especially when you don't have options, the option you have become your last option, if
Mm,
that makes sense.
yes, that was
Yeah.
good.
You
Hmm.
see, when you don't have options, the option you have become your last options. So I didn't have options, right? So if I had options, maybe it could be a different thing. Maybe there's somebody watching us today, and the person have like 13 best friends. The person may deal with it differently. That maybe the person have different uncles and aunties in different states. Maybe the person will deal it differently. But if somebody is like somebody like me, you are the kind of person, you are very private, you are just the person, walking your daily. self and trying to improve every day. You are a normal everyday person like myself. I think the best thing to do is just kind of embrace self-improvement, embrace weakness, accept it, accept that you are weak right now, right? Accept that, you know what, I don't think I can do this. Just take a deep breath, take a deep breath, do what makes you happy. And
Mm-hmm.
it may not be something too much. It may not be taking vacation or whatever. It could be just going to get your nails done. It could be also reading the scripture. For me, it was the scripture for me. I had to, cleave to my option. The only option I had that time was actually running to Jesus. And I feel like, I'm broken. You got to heal this. You have to help me. How to help me find me, and I started finding me gradually. Like I said, I also love to read, right? I also love to read. Then I grabbed some inspirational books. I listened to some inspirational music. I kind of filled myself with positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Just, my ear, I have to feed myself. Whatever I'm watching, how is that benefiting my eyes? Because the eye, everything is an image. So everything that comes to your eyes is an image. It interpret that image to your mind, and then your mind start processing it. So I have to feed myself with positivity, and that's what it is.
No, that's good because that's important. Feeding yourself with positivity because think about it. If you're in a negative space and you keep feeding your mind with negative things, how can you come out of the negative space? It's
Yes.
only going to grow more negativity.
Mm-hmm.
So you fed your mind and your those images. That was good too. You're like everything is an image. Like what are you feeding yourself? What are you seeing? What are you watching in order to come out? And what advice would you give someone that may be in that space right now? They may be going through a loss. They may be going. And let me go back before I go there. So I want to go back. I had this question I never did ask,
Mm-hmm.
but how did your pregnancy turn out? Because if a lot of times, when you're in those types of, emotional roller coasters when you are pregnant, it causes other stressors. How
Yes.
did everything turn out with your pregnancy?
Oh, it turned out amazing. I mean, my daughter is alive, but I mean, I had a lot of complications. My daughter was taken to NICU. I was actually stayed back more days at the hospital. I actually passed out and all that. It was just too much complication, but I'm glad I'm here, because it's grace, and I thank God that I was able to deal with that at that time. And also, one thing I want to add is life is not about roses, right? So, someone listening to us today, your own struggle may be different from my own struggle, right? But one thing about situations, one thing about things like this, unseen, circumstances, is it builds who you are. It builds you, right? Situations kind of enlarge your capacity. It
Mm,
expands you, right? You start seeing that you can actually handle some things, because I was that person that always run to my dad for any little thing. Now I could handle it myself. So
mhm,
it could be somebody listening to us today. You are afraid of something. Actually, my situation birthed a book. My first book was 7 Ways to Overcome Fear. Through that pain, I was able to write a book. You
mhm,
see, so it could be somebody, your own situation. As our faces are different, so is our situation, circumstances. The person may be dealing with something different, but guess what? You still just have to find your grace place. You still have to find what works for you, because what really worked for me may not work for the person, right? But
mhm,
then one thing to get out of it is it will build you. It
mhm.
will build you. You will come out stronger. You will come out with more wisdom. You will come out with probably more quiet, you know. So yeah.
Yes, I'm over here like, yes, facts. It will. And you know how they always say, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And that
Yeah.
is like so true. Like you're gonna have trials, you're gonna have challenges that come in life. But
Yes.
handling them, how you go through them, getting through them, coming out of it. Once you come out and you look back on it, it's like you're going to have so much more strength because the next trial that comes up, you'll know how to handle it, or you'll know, hey, I came through that, I can get through
Mhm.
this. So it
Yes.
does make you stronger. And you mentioned the book. Can you tell everyone a little bit about, or a lot about, your books and how they can connect with you?
Absolutely. My first book is Seven Ways to Overcome Fear. Is on Amazon. My first book have sold over 300 copies already. So I am so grateful. Um, yeah. So to purchase, please go to Amazon. Can also type my full name, Juliette Agocha, or Seven Ways to Overcome Fear. You will actually read about it, and it's so inspiring because that was my story. That was, the things I went through, and also there was other women that shared their story in the book, how they overcame obstacles. My second book is Unseen Victories. Yes, Unseen Victories is about um, the world we live in right now. People don't acknowledge process. For example, in the workplace, they don't see effort. Sometimes we work so hard, but we are being kind of recognized like this because people want to wait to celebrate the end result. They want to celebrate the trophy. But what about if you don't get to the end result? What happened? Does that mean that all your process is in vain? No. So unseen victory is for any man, any woman out there who is putting in the work every day. You are not getting the recognition you deserve. You're not getting the accolades you deserve, but you can't give up. So get that book. Yes, it's going to like blow your mind.
Yes, I'm listening. I'm like, yes, all that effort. And a lot of times people do wait to try to celebrate at the end once they achieve the big goal. But all of those small milestones and all of that effort throughout the process needs to be celebrated also.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. And are you on, I know you are, social media platforms they can go and follow and subscribe to your links?
Yes. I am on Instagram. I post my self-improvement videos and quotes. Is daily self-improvement platform. So please connect with me with Juliette Agocha. I am also on LinkedIn, Juliette Agocha. I am on Facebook, Juliette Agocha. So please connect with me. I want to hear from you. I want to read, how I'm able to inspire you or how I can even help you. It's not about being out there, is about what am I contributing to the community, to the society. So I want to be able to reach out. If you email me, also my email info@juliettagocha.com. Trust and believe me, I will be the one that will reply to you, not my team, myself. You will be so blown away. So yeah, connect with me. I would love to hear from you.
Yes, that is awesome. And everybody at the end, so make sure you stay tuned to the end. At the end, I will have all of her information. I will have her name. I will have it spelled out for you for those that are listening and you're like, what? How do you spell that? I'll have that. I'll have all her book information, especially the one about fears. That a lot of people need to pick that one up. And so with all of that, what are some of your last words of encouragement that you would like to leave with the audience today?
Oh, yes. You have to believe in yourself. No one is going to do that for you. Nobody is going to help you to do that. You will help yourself to believe in yourself. Regardless of where you are in your stage of life, what you are doing, the circumstances, the challenges, obstacles, you need to believe in yourself. There is something inside you, everyone listening to me today. There is something inside of you that is powerful. That is a story in you that the world needs to hear. There is something about you that is so unique. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody on planet have that uniqueness. That is how amazing you are. So my last word for anyone and everyone listening to us today is to please believe in yourself. Unless you believe in you, nobody's going to believe in you. This
Mhm.
is it. You got to believe in yourself first. You got to say, I can do this. I got this. Even when it's not all figured out, even when it looks rocky, you got to believe one day at a time. Don't jump the process. Don't outsmart yourself. Don't say, oh, I am a robot. I am AI. You are not. You're a human. Believe
That's good.
in yourself.
Yes, you are not AI. You are a
No?
human, but you have to believe in yourself. And I like that because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. And I just want to thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your story. Thank you for sharing because I know that someone listening in this audience is going to be helped by your story. Someone's life is going to be impacted. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And as we wrap up another episode of What's Your Mess, I just want to leave you all with this quote to take with you throughout your day. If you want to be sad, keep thinking about the past. If you want to be anxious and worried, think about the future. But if you want to be happy, focus on the present day and the things that you have and the things that you are grateful for. Again, this is Tracey D. Armstrong with What's Your Mess. Have a good one, everyone.